You turn the key and the engine cranks, but it never fires.
Come on, start.
It sounds alive, but won't catch, and you get that sinking feeling. Code P0340 points to the camshaft position sensor circuit. Think of it as a loss of timing communication between the engine's brain and its eyes. When that timing signal drops, the brain can't see the cam, and control falls apart. Result? Hard cranking. No start. Yes, this problem can leave you stranded. Here's the key detail. The engine may crank normally, but the computer can't confirm cam timing, so it refuses to fire the injectors or spark consistently. Sometimes it will start for a second, then die. Other times it won't start at all, especially when the engine is warm or the battery is a little weak, but you can diagnose it smartly. We'll keep this clear and practical. Let's start with symptoms. First, hard starting. It cranks longer than normal. Sometimes it stumbles before it fires. Random stalling can happen at stops or low speeds. It quits, then restarts and acts normal. Loss of power while driving. You give it gas, but it lags. Rough idle, shaking at stoplights. It smooths for a moment, then comes back. Think like a detective. Build the pattern. Pay attention to when it happens. Cold start, hot start after a long drive, or only at stoplights. Intermittent problems are common with P0340. One day it feels fine, the next day it acts up. If the tachometer flickers during cranking or the engine sounds uneven while cranking, that's another strong clue. The engine hesitates, recovers, then hesitates again. Intermittent, inconsistent, classic signal issues. Your check engine light may be on solid. If these match your car, P0340 is a strong suspect. Now, let's diagnose it the right way. No guesswork. Start with eyes and hands. Look before you replace anything. Follow the wiring to the cam sensor. Is it routed cleanly, not pinched or stretched? Check connectors. Firm latch, no corrosion, no broken locks. Pins should be straight, clean, and dry. Heat damage is common around hot parts. Look for brittle insulation or melted spots. Rodents chew harnesses. Any gnaw marks or tiny nests are red flags. Loose harnesses rub and break. Replace missing clips and secure routing. A light tug can reveal hidden breaks just under the tape. Oil intrusion inside a connector can interrupt the signal. A typical cam sensor has 3 paths: a 5-volt reference, a ground, and a signal back to the brain. Quick sanity check. If you gently wiggle the connector or harness and the engine stumbles, you likely found the problem. Look closely for green corrosion inside the plug, oil contamination, or a loose terminal that backs out. Also check where the harness passes near the exhaust or sharp brackets. One small rub-through can kill the signal. If any path is open, shorted, or loose, the timing picture blinks or disappears. The ECU expects a clean, steady pattern from the cam as it spins. A truly bad cam sensor usually fails consistently, not randomly. If the wiring is solid, voltage is stable, and the signal never returns, the sensor itself becomes the primary suspect. Heat-soaked failures, where the car dies hot but restarts cold, are especially common with failing sensors. A weak ground can add noise that looks like chaos to the ECU. A weak reference can shrink the signal until it barely registers. Bent pins or loose terminals create intermittent disconnects, classic for random stalls. Ghost codes happen when cranking voltage drops. A weak battery can slow the starter and starve the ECU of clean power. A failing starter draws heavy current and drags voltage down. Low cranking voltage can trigger a false P0340. Sensor is fine, but the brain loses the picture during crank. If your scan tool shows engine RPM during cranking, that's useful information. No RPM signal while cranking often points to a cam or crank signal problem. A stable RPM reading usually means the sensor is alive and the issue is elsewhere. Always rule out the power supply before chasing sensors. If the sensor or its connector is clearly bad, replacement is straightforward, conceptually. Match the connector, mounting style, and O-ring. Install gently, avoid cross-threading, and route the harness like factory. Snug, not gorilla tight. Reattach all clips so the wire doesn't rub. Keep moisture out at the seal if appropriate. OEM or trusted brands tend to be more reliable for critical timing sensors. Very cheap sensors often fail quickly or read inconsistently. If you choose aftermarket, stick with a reputable brand and avoid the cheapest, no-name options. A bad new sensor can waste your time and make you think the problem is elsewhere. Many repeat repairs fail because the original problem was wiring or power, not the sensor. Replacing parts without confirming the root cause often leads to frustration and wasted money. Fix the signal path first, then replace parts only if the data supports it. When possible, match the connector style and mounting depth exactly to avoid signal issues. Spending a little more can save repeat jobs. Choose a brand with proven track record for your vehicle. A solid positive connection is key. We're focusing on concepts, not a bolt-by-bolt tutorial. Always confirm the fault before buying parts. Rule out weak battery or bad starter first. Then choose quality parts and fix it once. Clear the code after repairs and checks. Engine starts smoothly. Idle is stable and consistent. No more warning light, no more hunting RPM. On the road, power delivery is clean and predictable. No hesitation, no stalling. Key reminder, always diagnose before buying parts. If the problem returns, go back to the basics. Power supply, connector condition, and harness routing. Most repeat P0340 issues are wiring or voltage, not the sensor itself. It saves time, money, and headaches. Take a final listen for smooth idle and clean transitions. If everything sounds right, you nailed it. Did this fix your car? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and drive safe.